Mia always thought her life was perfect. She had a loving husband, Tom, a beautiful home, and a steady job. Every morning, Tom would kiss her goodbye and say, "Have a good day, my love." Mia smiled, believing that their love was strong. But lately something felt wrong. Tom was always busy with work. He came home late, sometimes smelling of perfume that wasn't hers. Mia tried to ignore it. Maybe I am imagining things, she thought. But a small voice inside her heart whispered, something is not right. One rainy Thursday, Mia returned home early from work. She wanted to surprise Tom with dinner. But when she opened the door, she saw a woman's scarf on the sofa. Her heart stopped. She picked it up and felt a cold shiver. How long had this been going on? She confronted Tom that night. "Who is she?" she asked, holding the scarf. Tom looked at her sadly. "Mia, it's not what you think," he said. I made a mistake." Mia felt her world collapse. She couldn't breathe. Her perfect life felt like a lie. The next morning, Mia walked into the living room. There was a bouquet of red roses on the table. A note read, "I am sorry. I love you. Please don't leave me." Mia looked at Tom. He was watching her, his eyes full of regret. Her heart was torn. She wanted to be angry, to run away, but she also loved him. Could she forgive him? Mia spent hours staring at the flowers. Each petal reminded her of happier days, of their laughter and shared dreams. She thought about leaving, but she couldn't. She realized that love was complicated. Sometimes it hurt. Sometimes it betrayed. But sometimes it also forgave. That night, Mia decided to stay. She whispered, "I need time, Tom. But I will try." Tom nodded, tears in his eyes. He knew he had hurt her deeply, but he promised himself he would never make the same mistake again. Days passed, but Mia's mind was restless. She could not stop thinking about the scarf, the perfume, and Tom's late nights. Every time she saw him smile, she felt love. But every time she remembered the betrayal, she felt pain. She tried to talk to her friends, but it was hard. He left flowers, but he stayed. Her friend Lucy asked, "How can you trust him again?" Mia did not have an answer. She only knew that leaving Tom felt impossible. She loved him, despite everything. Tom tried to show Mia that he had changed. He woke up early to make coffee. He left small notes saying, "I am yours," on her pillow. He came home early from work, wanting to spend time with her. Slowly, Mia noticed the little efforts. She felt a warmth growing in her heart again. One evening, they cooked dinner together. Mia watched Tom chop vegetables and felt a strange happiness. "Maybe love is not perfect," she whispered. "Maybe it is about staying together even when it hurts." Tom smiled. He wanted to tell her everything. The woman at his office, the mistake, the regret. But he knew Mia was not ready for all the details. The trust was still fragile. Mia sometimes checked her phone, her mind racing with doubts. But each time, Tom held her hand and said, "I am here. I am yours." Slowly, her fear began to fade. She realized that actions mattered more than words. Flowers could apologize, but staying, changing, and loving were what truly counted. One weekend, they went to the park. They walked hand in hand, watching children play. The sun was setting, painting the sky pink. Mia felt peace she had not felt in weeks. She remembered the night she almost left. Now, she understood something important. Love required forgiveness. It required patience. And sometimes it required staying even when your heart was broken. Mia smiled at Tom. "Thank you for staying," she said softly. Tom hugged her tightly. "I will never leave you," he whispered. Mia nodded. The road ahead was not easy, but together. Life was slowly returning to normal, but old habits die hard. Tom's coworker, Anna, often asked him to work late. Mia could see the text messages on his phone, filled with emojis and smiles. Doubt returned, like a shadow over their fragile peace. One evening, Mia sat in the living room, holding a cup of tea. She saw Tom's phone buzzing with Anna's name. Her hand trembled. She wanted to scream, to throw the phone away. But she didn't. Instead, she took a deep breath. Tom entered the room. "Mia, I need to tell you something," he said. Mia looked up, her heart racing. "I want to be honest," he continued. "Anna is just a friend. She means nothing." You are my wife, and I love you. I made a mistake, but it is over. I am with you, and only you. Mia felt a tear slip down her cheek. It was hard to believe, but his eyes told the truth. She knew she could not control every situation. She could not follow him everywhere or read every message. But she could trust him, slowly, and set boundaries together. They talked for hours that night. About trust, about boundaries, and about love. Mia realized that staying did not mean forgetting. It meant learning, healing, and rebuilding. Tom realized that actions, not words, would restore their bond. The next week, they went shopping together. Mia noticed that Tom had started leaving flowers again. Not as an apology, but as a daily reminder of care. Small gestures mattered. A coffee in the morning, a note on the mirror, a hug after work. Love was now in details, not perfection. Mia also learned to let go of jealousy. She understood that a test was part of life. Temptations could appear, but love depended on choices. And Tom had chosen her. That thought warmed her heart. She smiled and leaned on his shoulder. For the first time in weeks, she felt safe, loved, and hopeful. Months passed, and their life slowly regained balance. Mia noticed the little changes. Tom called her during lunch breaks, they cooked together on weekends, and most importantly, they laughed again. The home that once felt tense now felt warm. One evening, Tom came home with a small bouquet of wildflowers. Mia laughed. Again with the flowers? She teased. Tom smiled. These are not apologies. These are just reminders. I stay because I love you, every single day. Mia felt tears of joy. She hugged him tightly. They spent the night talking about their dreams and memories. Mia realized that love was stronger than mistakes. It was about patience, forgiveness, and the courage to stay. She forgave Tom, not because she had to, but because she wanted to. And Tom promised to honor her trust, every day, in every way. The next morning, Mia went to work. She looked back at Tom standing by the door, waving. She smiled. Life was not perfect, but it was theirs. She had learned an important lesson. Love could survive betrayal if both hearts chose to stay and rebuild. Months later, they celebrated their wedding anniversary quietly at home. Flowers were on the table, laughter filled the room, and love was stronger than ever. Mia whispered to herself, "He left flowers but stayed for me, and that is enough." Their story was not about perfection. It was about human flaws, forgiveness, and the beauty of staying together through pain. They had chosen each other again and again, proving that true love was not the absence of mistakes, but the strength to overcome them together.